Can we talk about Chicago teams?
We certainly can.
They're kind of good.
I'm not a Bulls fan. I was a Bulls fan for many years.
Why are you not a Bulls fan?
Because I don't respect the organization. I don't like what they've done with the organization. I am all in and have been in for a couple years now. Prior to this excitement, all Clippers. I feel nothing for the Bulls. That's my LA. I live in LA, so I need to have one team. Bears, I'm sticking with. Cubs, I'm sticking with. Blackhawks. But yeah.
Let's go Bears. You like your quarterback?
Yeah, I do like him. Do I love him? No. You know who I'm having problems with? The coach. David Montgomery, the young running back, he should be ripping up the league. He is great. And I just don't like him.
Here's my issue. Here's my issue. First of all, I was on Waddle and Sylvia yesterday.
What'd you wear? Cotton? Something comfortable?
No. I was talking to them on the phone. And they was talking to me because they heard my comments about the Chicago Bulls, and I said something somewhat similar to what you pointed out, Paxson and Foreman, and what you've been doing with the organization, and how nobody's interested in coming there.
No one. It's the Bulls. How are you not interested?
That concerns me. But I will say this to you, going to the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that you bring up Nagy, because here's my thing. Mitchell Trubisky, your quarterback. You passed up on Deshaun
Don't
Watson.
even get
passed up on Patrick.
Stop.
Why are you not talking about the Bears organization and what they did or didn't do?
By the way, why am I not talking about the Bears organization? That's a big bowl of obvious. It's the worst, one of the worst organizations for years.
No, I'm saying you brought up the Bulls. You were critical of the Bulls. I was saying not
Bulls are worse than the Bears.
Okay, what's the difference? Right. Like for me, the Knicks, I gave up on the Knicks because of Dolan. I won't do it anymore.
Right.
The Giants can have hard times. I stick with them. The
Chicago
Yankees,
Bears.
but I'm done with the Knicks.
Why?
What's
the difference is the Chicago Bears are not Dolan. Mrs. McCaskey is a great woman, and they care about the team. And you know what? I'm pretty happy with the team. I'm flying. I have season tickets.
Yeah.
I'm flying out to see them play the Chargers this week. Hopeful that the audience gets.
So what is
they just can't find a quarterback. They just can't find a quarterback ever. That's all.
When you pass on those two quarterbacks and trade up, I think everybody involved in that should be fired. Come on, man, it's nuts.
So what about the Bulls? What is it about? Like, the Bulls did give you Michael Jordan and two three-peats, right? That's got to carry you a ways. So why finally did that equity run out for you?
Because you can only take that. By the way, my fondness for Michael Jordan and the Bulls during those eras.
That's very bold of you.
No, I'm saying it's like looking back on what by the way, for me, sports is mostly nostalgic. The basketball, to me, is the only sport that's grooving right now. Only one that's grooving on every level in terms of the respect for the players, the vibe, everything about it is so much better. They're enlightened. The NBA is enlightened. Everything else, I think back to my childhood.
I would say this. This is the number one this is the number one criticism you could have about the Chicago Bulls.
What?
One could argue that the biggest reason they're suffering so much is because your organization didn't stand by your coaches. You got to remember, you pushed Phil Jackson out before he wanted to go. You pushed him out. And then, ultimately, years later, you pushed Tom Thibodeau out. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's like, wait a minute here. All because your comfort level with these coaches wasn't what it should be. That, to me, was prioritized over players.
You said the key thing.
Yes.
Wait a minute here.
Yeah.
It's a big bowl of wait a minute here, and I'm not taking it anymore. I love Doc Rivers, and I love the Clippers, and I love the Bears, and I love the Cubs. I don't know what to say.
So far we have bumps.
Yeah.
We have downloading apps.
Yeah.
We have big bowls.
Big
You've had a couple of
yes.
big bowls.
Big bowls,
right?
yeah.
And no bulls.
No bulls.
I'm looking at your shirt. As a Chicago native, you like the nostalgia. Who's more revered in Chicago lore? Is it Payton or MJ?
There is no comparison. Walter Payton. The Chicago Bears are more popular in Chicago on an 0-16 season than all the other teams combined. The Chicago runs on the Bears. It's like LA, the Lakers. Chicago, all Bears. And Walter Payton is revered way more than the greatest NBA player of all time, if that gives you an idea.
Yeah, I remember when SNL did the Bears skit years ago. they brought in the Bulls, I guess not to seem racist or something, because it was considered like more African-American sport. But the fact of the matter is the Bulls were winning the championship every year. The Bears haven't done anything since 1985.
I know.
And still, when they got the Bulls in there, it's like they're forcing it in there. They don't. It's not really the same thing.
Right. It's not. It's not. And the Bears are the love of Chicago.
Right.
That's just the fact. And who more to love than Walter Payton?
You said you're still a Cubs fan. Was there any So the Cubs finally win a World Series at a point where everyone stopped caring about baseball.
Yes.
Was it? Did it like mean something less because by the time they finally won, people really weren't covering the story?
No. It was big news, but not as big if the Bears won the Super Bowl. Let's say 3 years in a row. The third year of the Bears winning is bigger than the Cubs winning for the first 100 years.
If we're going to sit here,
the Bears are like the Lakers.
Oh my God!
I had no idea.
If we're going to sit here, and talk about the Chicago teams like this.
By the way, can I just say how much I enjoy you?
Well, I appreciate
I can't get enough of you. Your opinions on everything, even if I disagree, I'm cheering you on.
Well,
Keep
thank
going.
you so much. I appreciate
You're
it.
the best. Go.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I got to ask you this question.
Yes.
Since we're talking about the Bears,
yes.
How much softer, Stephen?
Are you going to give? Are you giving
knows
them a
I
shot to
dig
win the
him.
Super? Are you giving them a shot to win the Super Bowl?
No. God, no. No,
Really?
a miracle. I mean, by the way, the defense fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but that offense with that quarterback and that coach, no.
You don't like the coach?
No.
He was scheming your wideouts open all last year. They were
What's he doing this year?
I don't have a problem with Nagy. I have a problem with their quarterback, Mitchell Trubisky.
I
think if the coach had a better quarterback, we'd be saying better things about the coach.
No, I think the whole thing's a mess.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I'm with you,
I don't believe
Stephen A.
that.
I'm with Stephen A. on this one.
What's that?
I just don't see it with like Trubisky. The first thing I noticed about him is still the best thing. He can outrun linebackers, but like
But by the way,
that
he's not
shouldn't
done
be what
even
you're
that
thinking
this
about.
year. He's not even done that this year.
Right. So
No,
like
it's a
the
big
problem
bowl
is
of
the quarterback.
terrible.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.